Hello, I'm Chuck Grassley, Senator for the people of Iowa. Part of the stimulus package passed last year was the program that created Build America Bonds. This program was sold as a temporary infrastructure stimulus that was only necessary because the tax-exempt bond market had frozen up during our financial crisis and the recession. Well, since then, congressional leaders have worked and are succeeding in extending and expanding the program to a $4 billion taxpayer commitment. They continue to sell the program as one to build infrastructure. But you know, there's a lot more to it, and the public deserves to know that. This program is structured to reduce borrowing costs for state and local governments. When a state or local government issues a Build America bond, the federal government, so really the taxpayers, write a check to that local or state government in an amount equal to 35% of the interest paid on that bond. For example, a bond that pays a 10% interest rate will only cost the state or local government that issues it 6.5%, because the American taxpayers pay the other 3.5% of the interest rate. Now, what's more, the bonds are underwritten by Wall Street banks, and experts say that these banks charge higher fees and make more money from Build America bonds than from other traditional bonds. Wall Street banks can charge larger commissions for selling Build America bonds than they do for normal municipal bonds. The largest of the federal program then allows this to happen. The congressional leaders and administration officials who promote Build America bonds don't tell you, the taxpayers, that a substantial share of the taxpayers' money spent on the program goes where? To Wall Street banks. On top of that, while taxpayers from all 50 states are on the hook to pay for these bonds, the benefits are disproportionately going to just 2 states. It's been documented very well that as much as 1/3 of all the money for infrastructure projects is flowing to California and New York. So the program might be better named the Build California and New York Bonds Program. Not only are taxpayers in other states getting left behind, it's also the case that state and local governments that have been less fiscally responsible and therefore paying higher interest rates are being rewarded by receiving more taxpayer money than states and local governments that have been more fiscally responsible and therefore have better ratings credit-wise and lower interest rates as a result. Taxpayers have been given a lot less than the full story about Build America bonds by our congressional leaders and by our administration officials, who in fact want to spend more and more on this program. Taxpayers deserve to know that big Wall Street banks like the program and even run ads in Washington promoting its extension, because these banks can charge substantial fees paid by tax dollars before any money goes into the pipeline for building the infrastructure. State and local governments who have budget problems because of fiscal management, I should say fiscal mismanagement, in fact, like the program, because they stand to gain from it more than state and local governments that were careful in managing their money. Now, people in Iowa and other states are paying taxes to fund this program that mostly benefit 2 states and, of course, the Wall Street bankers. My goal is to let the sunshine in on this program. Congressional leaders need to be held accountable for how they're promoting a program like this and how the program really works.